Hey guys, welcome to Quick Revision with Monika ma'am. Today we are going to start poem, the very first poem of your book, that is My Mother at 66 by Kamala Das. Theme of this poem is basically advancing age and fear of loss and separation, plus how one prepares to accept it in the course of time. So guys, this is very beautiful poem, really very beautiful poem. Here one understands the basic message what Kamala Das wants to convey, that death is the ultimate reality of life and inevitable truth of the life. Everything in this world is with expiry date. Everything in this world, everyone in this world, every opportunity, every time, everything you can name anything, everything has shelf life except changes. Changes are permanent in nature and everything is temporary in this world. So one must value the time, one must value the present moment and the present relations whatsoever are in your life, and it is just related to our relations, that is primarily the primary relation of our life, that is our parents, which we take for granted, and how as a person Kamala Das tries to overcome the fear of separation and loss. So if anybody says that there is no fear in his or her life, they are telling lie, because this fear is almost in everybody's life. I'm not saying related to a particular relation, but fear or separation, fear of separation or fear of loss of something. It exactly we can find it in anybody's life, right? So let's start the poem. This poem is a lyrical thread, that means there is no rhyming scheme and it is just written in a free verse, and you must keep your books with you so that I can guide you and you can mark over there only. So here, driving from my parents' home, like she starts it from the scene where she is going to Cochin to take a flight, and her mother is accompanying her in that car, and last Friday morning, that means when she was writing it, before that day, last Friday morning, she saw her mother beside her. That means at once sudden enlightenment, you can't say, sudden knowledge of the thing that my mother has become old. And what is the symbol of old? Death can come at any point of time, but what after old age? Death is the ultimate destination, that it will come. Okay, so at once she is feeling that kind of pain in her heart, that she is going to lose her mother, right? I am speaking in present tense just because that you can relate it to the emotions or the feelings which she is feeling. So she saw her mother beside her, doze, open mouth, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain. So here, two times the idea is being taught. Like earlier she looked at her mother in car, and then after the security check. Okay, at both point of time she was filled with the pain that she was going to lose her mother soon. Now if I take that open mouth, her face ashen like that of a corpse, so doze, open mouth, that means a kind of phenomena that generally in old people that we observe in old people's life, or generally it signifies that a person has become old. Although we will not go in that philosophical manner that old age is related to thinking, not to number. We are not going in that position, but this is the physical phenomena that we observe in old age. And ashen like that of a corpse, this is the point where Kamala Das has used simile to describe dull face, dull look of her mother. Corpse, dead body, corpse is known as dead body, and you know there is no glow on the face of dead body, so it is just being compared with dead body, and realized with pain. And after looking at this, just at once she realized that her mother is going to die, or advancing age, she must be consumed with the age process and something like that. So she is feeling very traumatic at that point of time, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, that she has become so old. The way when she looked at her, that what will happen now. Generally, what do we ignore? We like our mothers in a very energetic form, and nobody understands his or her, basically I am including father also, his or her importance when they are not actually finding out. कट हो जाएगा, ठीक है, तो वहाँ से ही काट देना, ठीक है, कॉप्स वाला, हाँ हाँ हाँ. Okay, so she is realized with that pain that her mother has become old, and she put that thought away. So here we come to know about the Kamala's character, that she is not that kind of person who is just going into that particular mode, that she is feeling very sad, and she would be that kind of person that would go to depression by thinking on, by focusing on one thought only. So she tries to forget that particular moment by looking outside the car, and she put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting and the merry children spelling. This is very, very, very important question. You can get 1 mark question on this or 2 mark. So tree sprinting images, sprinting meaning running fast, and here when someone is in the car, trees seems like moving or running backward. So there is movement. That movement is contrast with the dullness present in the car. That means her mother's life is struck at one particular age, and there is no happiness out there. Plus sprinting also indicates nostalgic, like nostalgic in what sense? You won't write nostalgic over there. It seems like how time flies. When you start feeling like that somebody is being snatched from you, or some moment or some person is going away from you, you feel nostalgic. That means you are in that kind of memories where you feel like where you were together, what you used to do together and other things. So here tree sprinting meaning also metaphorical meaning how time flies, and how this thing happens that her mother has become old, and now at any point of time death rattles can be heard. So merry children, again children are symbol of joy, vitality, youth. Okay, again this is in contrast to the dullness in the class. Plus child is related to birth and old age is related to death. So there is high contrast between this. So merry children are spilling out of their homes, but after the airport security check standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, worn pale as a late winter's moon. So this is tautology, that is repetition of idea. So in first stanza, like although it is single stanza only, lyrical thread, that is why it is said, but in few lines it is being considered that she is going to lose her mother. In this stanza also it is seeming like, but with another example. So here she has taken example of late winter's moon, and as a late winter's moon, which poetic device is this? Simile. Late winter's moon, whenever we take example of moon in any poem, it symbolizes beauty, but here it is late winter's moon. So winter's moon is a symbol of death and decay. Plus it is written as late. So late winter's moon, you might have observed moon in winter season, it is very uncertain. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. So at this point of age, her mother's age, at this particular age, her mother's presence is uncertain. At any point of time, death can come. she can die at any point of time. So late winter's moon comparison, that is simile. Plus it is written that wan and pale, one is waning moon, one is waxing moon. Waxing moon is glowing, completing moon, like from crescent to full moon. Wan or waning moon is which is dull moon, from full moon to zero, that means no moon, new moon, right? So her mother's face is again dull. The idea she described in earlier stanza also in the form of chords. Okay, so she felt that old familiar ache. Now the question is familiar ache. Why this ache is called familiar? To answer, one, right now she was, before security check she was feeling this, but the major answer is this, which she used to feel in childhood. Like during childhood, for a child, no one is important to that person except his or her mother, right? So that ache is familiar because every child has felt that particular pain in his or her childhood, and as we grow, our parents become old, they also grow, but somewhere down the line their world becomes small and our world become wide. So we start looking around here and there, but our parents are restricted to us only. So somewhere down the line we can see that what at one point of time, which relations, the relations which were important to us, they somehow miss that kind of freshness, that kind of importance, or that kind of basic basic tinge of love is missing out there. Or you can say that to show that we love you, we value you, we need you, right? So that kind of familiar ache which she used to feel in her childhood, that where is my mother, where is my mother, I am not looking, I am not finding her anywhere. So the kind of pain a child feels in the absence of his or her mother, that pain is reflected here, my childhood's fear. So it is not only Kamala Das' childhood fear, it is childhood fear of every child, right? So next line is this, but all I said was, see you soon Amma, all I said was, that is her helplessness, and these are known as parting words. All I said was, see you soon Amma. So parting words are, see you soon Amma. You get question on this particular line, what does this mean? You write in this manner that these are parting words. That shows kind of hope. You must remember your childhood. If you get holiday, so you kept on telling to everyone tomorrow is Sunday, or tomorrow is holiday, we are not going. In that way, you were not, you used to reassure yourself, you were not informing others. So sometimes what happens, we say those things to other people which works as reassurance to ourselves. So it is reassurance to Kamala Das only, that whenever she would be coming back to see her mother, she would see her mother alive, right? So hope plus reassurance that whenever she would be coming back, she would see her mother. So that is a very positive ending of this thought process, I would not say poem, with of that thought process, that she would soon see her Amma. All I did was, so what she did, that was parting gesture. Okay, so remember this, children get confused between these two things. One is words and one is gesture. So parting gesture was, all I did was, that shows her helplessness also, maybe due to her other commitments, or maybe at the point when this poem is written, at that point of time she was married and it was beyond her or society norms to take her mother to take her mother with herself. Maybe there might be so many things we are unaware of. So that particularly shows her helplessness. So what she could do at that point of time was smile and smile and smile, and then she ends with ellipsis. So ellipsis basically 3 dots, but here you might see so many dots, that shows that she is still thinking while writing poem. She is still thinking. All I did was smile and smile and smile. This is parting gesture. So you get question on this also. What does that smile mean? First of all, when words end, smile speaks everything, and it is a fake smile, right, to mask her emotions. And it is great irony also. Her mother doesn't know what is going on. What is she thinking right now? And was she worried that much or not? Her mother is not aware of that particular fact. And here Kamala Das, whatsoever is going on, that is going on in her thought process, and she is totally clueless what to do, what not to. So she didn't want to disturb her mother by showing those tears to her mother, by shedding tears in front of her mother, or she didn't want to tell her anything about that. This is the biggest irony of human relations. Whom we value a lot, we don't express much, and somewhere down the line people start thinking that that person is not being loved by anyone. This is the harsh reality of human relation. So that another meaning of smile, that is to mask her emotions, plus that smile indicates her inability to do anything. So she doesn't want to disturb her mother anymore. So it is fake emotions, or you can say fake smile, to make her mother relax that everything is okay, right? So this is all about this poem, and here we have discussed imagery, symbols, like our sift, what I discussed with you, like symbols are chords. Okay, like Asian, like that of a chords, it is simile, and then aapka that is as a late winter's moon, simile. Symbols are trees sprinting, merry children spilling. These are imagery plus symbols also. Children are symbol of youth, vitality, vigor, and other things, and trees are symbol of prosperity and life givers, which give whose main job is to give to the earthlings. In the same way, that is being compared with. So contrast is also shown there, and the tone, figure of speech we have discussed, imagery we have discussed, tone, this is ambiguous tone, that is mixed tone. In beginning we see that poet is very much stressed out and feeling very sad, but at the end of the poem we look at how she has managed to cope up with her fear of loss or fear of separation. So that's it about this poem, guys. I hope you must have understood well. If you find any doubt, you can ask through emails, or you can mention in comment box also. I hope you will learn from this poem that never ever restrict your emotions, or never ever try to hide your emotion. At least tell your loved ones, especially your mother and father, that how important they people are to you, and you should always show them your love and affection. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this poem.